Hey, it's Trudy, One Grounded Angel. This is the weekly angel card reading video for the week starting the 23rd of November through to the 29th, 2020. So let's get started with shuffling. We'll start with this card deck and seeing what comes up. Prioritise. Well, this is a very Virgo-esque card here. Not that there's any reason to mention that, I just know if some of you are Virgos, you'll be going, I'm all over this. So it means getting organised, basically. And we're at this, depending on where in the world you live, we're at this part of the year where things start to feel like they're accelerating even more. We're running out of time to do the things we want to do. And this reminds you that if you want to manage your time better, you have to make sure you are spending it on the things that actually matter to you. You are not devoting huge amounts of time to people who are not there for you, who are taking advantage of you, who you're struggling to set boundaries against. So really look at your time and go, what is the most important aspect of one of the most important values, I guess, of my life, and how can I make sure that those needs are being met with the time that I do have, remembering that you need to sleep and that that's important. So that is Monday's card, Prioritise. I know the whole being organised thing sounds really boring, but if we're not organised, time just gets away on us, and we need to be in charge of our time. It is the thing that we do have control over how we use our time, and it is the thing that makes a statement about what is most important to us. So Tuesday's card is called Ray. This halo light is reflecting on these cards. This is about yoga and exercise, which actually came up last Friday. There was a card about being flexible, and I mentioned there was a physical aspect and a mental aspect there. Same deal. So the physical aspect is obviously getting more exercise. This is not about having a gym body. This is about moving your body because that helps support your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. We have to have that pillar of the physical. We don't have to, but it's helpful to have that pillar of the physical health taken care of. And of course, that's something we have to keep investing time into on a regular basis. So yoga is obviously something that has a lot of spiritual benefits at the same time as having physical benefits, but there are other types of exercise that are really important for you as well. And again, you might like to see that card as a message about, do I need to stretch my mind here, be a little bit less rigid, a bit more flexible in how I approach things rather than trying to control situations that maybe I actually can't control. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday we have crystals, not a card that comes up super often. And I have to say, although I have a lot of crystals, the generally ones that have been given to me, they're not ones that I've gone out to buy because I don't have a strong connection with crystals, although I do think they're lovely. If you have a strong connection with crystals, however, this might be A, confirming that you do have a good connection, and B, asking you to do something about that. Maybe learn more about crystal healing, get more crystals to help you do the healing work that you're doing, or deepen your understanding, or help you work through whatever it is you're facing. It might be a message to go and see a crystal healer, or excuse me, because crystals are an earth element, I often see this card as an invitation to spend more time outside. And I know you're probably really sick of hearing that because it comes up all the time, but it comes up all the time because we keep needing to be reminded. I recently saw a stat that 90% of Australians' time is spent indoors. I can't speak for other countries, obviously, but that is astonishing given our country has such beautiful nature around us. So really getting outdoors more often. I'm not talking about having to climb a mountain here. It can be just a gentle stroll. It's not necessarily about the physical aspect. It's about the emotional benefits of being around nature. And that can be if you're in a city, as I am, well, I'm really in a small city, but there's still opportunities to be around nature. And I know that those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it's really cold up there, so this can be a challenging one. But even, getting indoor plants can do wonders for you. So Thursday, igniting courage. Oh, I love the horse on here. the caption says, I am strong, valiant and courageous. It's got that real medieval kind of knight aspect to it. And I'm thinking here, well, obviously courage is self-explanatory, helping remind us to be more brave and reminding us that we have the courage already within us, and all we need to do is remember that and actually use it, rather than talking ourselves out of the challenge before we even get near it, to keep ourselves safe. So the horse makes me think of something surging ahead. You know what, horses just have a bit of momentum of their own once they start getting it at pace. So maybe that's what this is about. You need to have the courage to start, and then you'll start to be carried along with momentum. Once it's just getting started that can be the hardest thing, and maybe that's where you need the courage most. Remember Archangel, I say this at the time I'm reaching for the Archangel Michael cards. Archangel Michael is a really good one to call on if you need an extra hit of courage. And you can do that as many times as you like, even if it's something small, like sometimes having the courage to answer the phone. I hate answering the phone. Please text me. I don't like talking to people on the phone. Sometimes I really have to be brave enough to pick it up. Friday. This is your life's purpose. So this is a big spiritual term that can really confuse and stress people out when they hear it. Life's purpose really means what your soul came here to do. Now, there will be lots of aspects of this. It's not just one thing you came here to do. And there are certainly aspects that we all have in common. We're all here to learn how to heal from the past, to let go of some of the energetic bonds we've been holding on to from past lives. And we're also here to learn how to love and get better at that. But there are also personal aspects we have. And I know some of what I'm here to do, but I don't know all of it. And if you are someone who wants to know all the answers, this is going to be a little bit challenging, because you usually don't find out all at once. And often we only get given a little piece of the puzzle, so we start on the journey and then we find out a little bit more. When I started reading angel cards, I did not know that energy healing was going to be part of what I was here to do, but turns out it is. So this is your life's purpose. If you this card can come up if you've been having some intuitive messages about what your life purpose may be about, and encouraging you, yep, you're right, go with it. This might be for those of you who are looking for their life purpose. This could be asking you to do a little bit more reflection on that, and you can ask Michael to give you some clear guidance on that. I feel like it can also be working in almost speaking to what is not your life purpose. Bear with me. If you are doing a career, or it doesn't always have, life purpose doesn't always conflate with career, by the way. If you are involved in something, whether it's professional or not, that is you probably already know is not really you, it's not really authentic for you, what you're here to do, then this is confirming that absolutely you need to make some changes there. Don't do things that you know are not who you are. A great example for me is my background is in journalism, and specifically in magazines, and I've done a lot of work for celebrity magazines, which involves a lot of the types of writing that the further I got along on my spiritual path were incongruent with who I was and what I wanted to do. I no longer wanted to be writing stories that were criticizing people and holding them to an unrealistic standard, for example. There's a lot I could say about that, but I'll keep it general like that. So it may be about what is not your life purpose rather than what is. And the only way, or one of the few ways that we can find out what our life purpose is to stop going along with what we know it's not. So hopefully that helps. Saturday's card has jumped up really quickly. Meditation. So I have a love-hate relationship with meditation. There are many times I do it when I think, I don't think I got any benefits from that at all. And there are other times when I feel like I'm literally walking on clouds. So what I have to do is make peace with the fact that it's not something that you become good at or that always goes well, and that there are benefits that I will get even though I don't notice it straight away, and I just need to make peace with that and keep going despite it. Keep showing up every day, and certainly there are days when I forget to do this. So if you've been thinking about meditating, this would be a big yes. Go for it. Make that a regular practice. If you, like me, like I do sometimes, have fallen off the wagon, this may be a reminder to get back into it. If you are not a fan of meditation, this might be asking you to find another way to get some of that mindfulness quality into your life in some way, that if it's not meditation, some other way. For some people that can be out walking, being around nature. They can get that kind of real sense of presence and being in that stillness, that turning down the volume of what's going on in their mind. Whatever it is for you, sometimes it's art for some people. Do it. It doesn't really matter. There's not, only one path to this stuff. But whatever it is, make sure you make it a priority on the regular. And even if it's just for today, or for that Saturday, if you spend time doing something that's really relaxing and calming and really helps you be present, even if it's just 10 minutes with the kids somewhere else, being taken care of by someone else, and you're just on your own, without your phone, just concentrating on your breathing and taking some nice, long, slow breaths. That would do wonders for you in itself. Sunday's card, time to let it go, let go. You can't have a card like this and not start singing the Frozen song. Sorry to all the parents, you're probably sick of that song. So we as we progress along our personal development journey, our healing journey, we're going to keep coming up against things that we're holding on to, that we need to let go of, that our ego goes, oh no, you need that. And there can be some resistance. I think sometimes people try to let go before they're actually ready, and that means they just keep going back into that thing or that person, that relationship, because they haven't really done the work to reflect on what it was that led them to reach for that in the first place, or alternatively they reach for something similar but equally unhealthy. For example, they leave one person or stop hooking up with one person who was a bit toxic, but then they immediately reach for another hookup situation where they were also being treated with a similar level of disrespect. Or they quit drinking, but they don't do the work to analyze what it was that was driving their drinking. For example, needing to escape. And so those emotions are still there and they've got no means of getting away from them, so they start reaching for, junk food, something else. I don't mean to sound judgmental, because I have been through this many times. I'm just saying we can't try to let go without doing the work on what am I actually getting from this situation that is making me reach for it, even though my conscious mind is going, you don't want this. So that's worth thinking about. You can, if you need some help, definitely reach out to a therapist or an energy healer or a spiritual coach to help you with that. Because there may be some trauma bonds that are contributing to that, particularly if it's a long-term pattern for you. But if this can also be more low-grade stuff that you need to let go of. Could be a habit like maybe sleeping in instead of exercising. I don't know. I know I sound so judgmental with this. That's not really my intention. Something that you know, not me telling you, but something that you would be really good for you, that would really help you emotionally, spiritually, and you're not doing it. Maybe you need to let go of the thing that's getting in the way of you doing that, the procrastination or something like that. And some of you, it is actually some big stuff there that you need to let go of. A job, a relationship, a housing situation, I don't know. And if that's the case, I hope you've got a lot of support. So looking at the cards, I feel this, it's no coincidence certainly that we've got a message about yoga and a message about meditation in the same week. So definitely we're being urged to bring through activities that bring through a sense of stillness, calm, and really stopping and not letting this brain go chatter, turning over really, really fast. If we can shut off that cycle even for a couple of minutes at a time throughout the day, that's really going to help us get some perspective, so we're able to connect instead with our intuition, instead of letting this freaking out brain run the show. And also making some good decisions about the way we spend our time. Getting outside is important, and doing some reflection on how am I spending my time? Am I spending it in ways that are honoring what I want and who I am, and maybe even honor my life purpose, or am I just going along with what everyone else is doing? So that's it for this week, the last full week of November, and we are entering Sagittarian season as well, a time of optimism, adventure, higher learning, and also truth telling and authenticity. So those might be some great things to start thinking about. These will go on my Instagram account at @OneGroundedAngel each day, and you'll need to, because of the time difference, you'll need to remember that they may not be appearing at the time that you would expect them to, but whenever you see them is the time that you need them. I also post these on my Facebook page, One Grounded Angel, and if you want to talk to me about how you can do some work with me on a one-to-one basis, as a client and me as your energy healer, where I can be a lot more targeted and specific to you and really help you move forward, you can do that via my website, onegroundedangel.com. Thanks everybody, have a great week.